Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to She's Crafty, a mini paper pad class. It's a class showing ways to use a mini paper pad, and so far I've been using 6x6s, but today I'm going to be using a 6x8. And it's going to be Chamel's field trip, so it'll be the 6x8 journaling pad. So it's going to be a little more. Well, it was a little harder for me to use it because it has all those journaling lines on there. And I won't be using it for journaling. I will be using it mostly for the banners and for matting my photos. This paper here I really liked. It is just so cute. It has footprints, and my pictures are from Elephant Rock State Park in Missouri, and well, it's not very far from my house, so it's like a day trip for us, and we might even go to Johnson's shut-ins while we're there. Anyway, you can see all kinds of like little pits and like fossilized looking things in these big gigantic rocks, and these have footprints on this paper, so I wanted to make sure the footprints showed. So one's like a bird looking foot maybe, and another one maybe a bear, maybe. I mean, I'm not sure. But I thought I want the footprints to show, so I matted my photos and the edges have the footprints on them. So since those two had like extra matting, I wanted to put extra matting on that bigger one also. And I used pink, and the reason I use pink is those rocks have pink tint to them. It's a form of granite, and it apparently had something covering the outside of it at one time, but rain and erosion and so on made them get down to the granite part that looked pink. And I wanted it to show up better, and I figured matting it with pink would make them show up better. So I am doing it on my large one. Some of them do look gray. In fact, the pink ones, I start to say green. The pink ones look gray also, but then they have the pink on there too. And if you look close to that one picture, when the close-ups come up, you can't tell it too good on the video because I'm looking at it right now and I can't tell it too good. But you can really tell it in the photo. So when the close-ups come up, you can see the pink. While looking through the paper pad, that one that had like, well, they kind of remind me of banners, and that's what I needed. I am going to use that paper. It had like a red, an orange, almost red, but orange, yellow, and then I took another scrap so I'd have another banner, and it's going to be thin because my piece that I used was thin, but I'm going to have 4 banners underneath my photo. Whereas in the layout, it only shows 2, but they're really big. And I wanted the variety of color, so mine are smaller, but I think they're longer. And although I started out kind of saying pretty true to the original sketch, well, I just went a little bit haywire on it, and my banners got thinner, and of course my borders on my matting got wider, and several other things. So it don't really look like the original sketch by the time I get done, but you can see where it came from. But if truth be told, if it was like in a lineup, like a police lineup, you know how they do that 8.5 by 11 paper and show it to them and have 6 people on there and they have to pick one, you might not be able to pick which one I was using as my sketch for the original sketch. But my thoughts were about the original sketch while I was doing it. But the reason I wanted to use the field trip is because of the dinosaurs, and every time I've ever gone, I've thought about dinosaurs. They said it's these boulders, rocks, whatever they are, they're huge. That they're about 1.4 billion years old. Anyway, I thought, well, they were around while dinosaurs were around, like a long time ago. So I decided, since I had the opportunity to use dinosaurs on my layout, I was going to do it. Now, my two smaller photos, in the original sketch, it shows, well, it shows them being landscape or mine or portrait. So that makes a difference to start with. And they don't really have no border on theirs hardly. They do have a little bit of a scallop border, but mine, I'm angling one of them, the bottom one's straight, and it's taking up more space, so that makes a huge difference. And it has some banners on it. Well, I went to lay them on that angled photo and I didn't like it at all. So they ended up on the other photo, the bigger one. I'm fussy cutting that adorable dinosaur and putting cardstock behind it because I wanted to add foam tape and make it more dimensional. And it's a little on the thin side, and I wanted to make sure it didn't look bumpy later. I didn't want a bumpy dinosaur. And I really wanted to put him right there. I thought he'd look great there. Then it hit me. Oh my goodness, I haven't done my title. And I know that one word's huge. And I better figure out how to get it on there before I put my dinosaur down. Now the word adventure is going to look great there. And it came with another word on that sheet. It said awaits. And I thought, what am I going to use that word for on anything? I'll have to figure it out. But at the moment, I'm not going to use it because my title's going to be Adventure at Elephant Rocks. And I put the elephant right over the top of the rocks. I figured you can still read it. I can still read it. And then it's just sitting on there. And I use those Martha Stewart punches for the elephant part. But I think that bold black title looks awesome down there. And it kind of anchors the whole layout down, having it down there at the bottom. Although if you look up there in the sketch, it's up in the upper left hand corner. Not all the way up, but just pretty close. And if you all seen that flower I just moved out of the way, it was underneath the photo, the large photo, and I gutted it so I could have that because I figured I'm going to need it sooner or later. I'm going to want that flower somewhere. I didn't really want it on this layout, but I am going to add some greenery, some fronds and palm leaves and stuff like that. And I did buy that die set from Diamond Press with the tropical leaves to use with this collection, and I am not using it. I'm going to do fussy cutting because I need to use that 6x8 paper pad, and I thought I don't want no lines or grid marks on my leaves, and that's what I'm using. So yeah, I'm going to fussy cut that paper out instead. And yes, I did think about that middle part right there, not having no lines or grid, but it wasn't enough. I needed more. So I'm going to fussy cut around that whole piece of paper and use every bit of it. But while I'm doing that, I want to point out, if you look down there below, that you'll see the links to all the other gals that are doing the She's Crafty mini paper pad class. And yeah, it's 10 weeks total. I think this might be week 7, maybe. Oh, I can't keep up with what week it is. But yeah, I've got a few more weeks to go and then we'll be done. But next week it'll be the same 6x8 paper pad as this week. And then I'll have one more paper pad to go. And since this one goes up the 14th, you will be getting a double feature. There is this one and Love is in the Air Hop, also the same day. So I'm going to space them out and not have them go live at the same time. So yeah, you'll have a double feature that day, this day. Yeah, the 14th, you'll have the double feature. But yeah, look at those little strips. They don't look very good on that angled photo. I'd have to angle them, I think, for them to look very good. So they will go on the left-hand side of the bigger photo. And I'm going to put 2 on foam tape, and then the green, well, yellowish. It's a yellowish green. It's going to be just adhered straight down to the page. But it's remember when, because, you know, this was several years ago. I'm finally getting started getting them scrapped. I did some, I think it might have been summer that I did the others. I think I did 2 layouts, but I've got quite a few to do. And then keep exploring and legendary, because this place is legendary. I took my kids, I took my grandkids, I have family come from out of state, and I would take them up there. So yeah, it's just awesome. I can say it rocks. And it does have a trail that you walk around. Of course, we are not on the trail on these photos here. We are off the trail. But it has braille so that they can read about what's around them since they can't actually see it. And I'm pretty sure it probably has things that, you could touch that's right there. But, like I said, we'd go off trail. The first time I went, I think I went all the way on the trail one time around and read everything. And then then it was the same day, but the next time around we went off trail. But yeah, it's a lot of fun climbing there. But gosh, I am done with my layout just like that. But yeah, it's I just had to do it with dinosaurs. I didn't do the other ones with dinosaurs, but I am going to do one for each boy with dinosaurs. And they might say, "Why'd you use dinosaurs?" And, I'll just have to say it is artist interpretation of the photos. And of course, I just love this collection. No matter what, I love this collection. And yeah, all those fussy cut leaves. And I had to throw the little camera in there. I mean, I am taking photos. And I think the picture already flew by that had the pretty pink rocks. And there's my skeletons. And yeah, see how there's pink tinge on those rocks? Yeah, and so it looks like big pink elephants laying there asleep, is what it looks like when you go. But if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. If you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, thank you so much. But have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.